With the news of Sheila Carter being alive and bold and the beautiful, the only question that remains is, where is Sheila? Is she hiding, or something else happened to her? Let's find out right away.
Hey everyone, welcome to TrendStreet.
The bold and beautiful episode of April 5th was a shocker to many viewers, but many others saw it coming. Sheila Carter was supposed to be dead, but when her body was cremated, a major clue emerged from the flames that left the fans reeling. The dead Sheila had 10 toes, not the 9-toed Sheila we know. This scene basically screams that the person burning isn't Sheila unless she suddenly sprouted an extra toe, which is highly unlikely. If Sheila Carter is still kicking, B&B is about to drop a bombshell on us. Deacon Sharp did see her lifeless body at the morgue, but he never took a peek at her feet. It wasn't until she was toast that her feet were exposed. Now, this has led to some wild theories online. Fans are going nuts trying to figure this out. I mean, how do you explain Sheila having 10 toes when she's supposed to have 9? Some folks are really going out there with their ideas. Even earlier on, someone should have counted those toes. But nope, nobody bothered. Even though Sheila's death was sketchy from the get-go, nobody thought to look at her feet. And let's talk about her death scene. She barely put up a fight when Steffi Forrester stabbed her. She practically let it happen. Plus, Steffi punched her before Sheila, who's usually a spitfire, didn't say a word. It's pretty clear to B&B fans that Deacon and Sheila had genuine feelings for each other. Sheila's death came right after Deacon's heartbreak over his daughter disowning him when Hope gave him an ultimatum to pick if it was her and the grandkids, or Sheila. As nuts as Sheila is, one theory suggests she saw how much this was tearing Deacon apart, and she might have faked her death to let him have a shot at reconciling with his daughter. This seems to be too good to be true, but the stuff Deacon said at the memorial fuels this theory. We already know the body at the morgue was a dead ringer for Sheila Carter, which is likely to be Sugar, the woman Sheila manipulated into getting plastic surgery to look like her. If that was Sugar at Steffi's place, it could explain her weird behavior, like the not talking part. So why would Sugar be at the wrong side of Steffi's knife? Probably because Sheila wants to wipe her slate clean. It all starts with what Sheila would be facing if she ever came back. She knows she's never going to be welcomed by Finn, or her grandson as herself. So, the theory is she'd have to reinvent herself, become someone new to fit into Finn's family, without all the hate. I know, it sounds like a stretch, but hey, this is soap, and anything can happen, right? This plot would definitely stir up suspicion with the Forrester clan. A new identity could be Sheila's ticket to living the life she wants, maybe not as a mom and grandma, but as an aunt to her son and grandson. But what about Deacon? He's the one who noticed the extra toe during the cremation. However, according to B&B spoilers, when he mentions it to Finn, Finn thinks he's just losing his mind. Deacon could easily backtrack and claim he just hallucinated it due to stress. Sheila would probably trust Deacon to keep her secret again if she returned in disguise as her own twin. He'd be thrilled to have her back, and would likely go along with any plan that doesn't involve causing harm. But if Sheila goes down this path, she better make sure that fake toe fits perfectly. Someone might get suspicious, and decide to test her story by giving it a tug. Then there's another theory that throws Deacon's anxiety about Sheila's survival out the window. He's running around convincing everyone she's still alive, but then he stumbles upon a clue at her place, a receipt for a prosthetic toe. Turns out, that's why he saw 10 toes in the flames. And just like that, Sheila is dead again. Bold and the beautiful fans sure know how to spin a tale. And there's even a wilder theory that suggests Sheila might have been kidnapped. If Sheila isn't hiding by choice, she's probably kidnapped, right? And we've got a couple of names that come to our mind who would do that. First up, we've got Bill Spencer, the big shot tycoon. If he really wanted to get rid of Sheila for good, he might have secretly arranged for her to be kidnapped and locked up in Justin's old cage, or maybe even that sex den he had built for himself and Brooke. Then, Bill could ship her off to some high-security private prison overseas, where no one like Deacon or Finn could find her. And you bet Bill would love to taunt Sheila over Zoom calls about how great life is without her around. Next, we've got young and restless Michael Baldwin. With his shady past, it's not a stretch to imagine Michael staging an abduction and never letting Sheila go. He'd probably keep it all hush-hush from his wife, Lauren, who already thinks Sheila's dead. Thanks to Michael, she might as well be. And who knows, maybe Michael's boss, Victor Newman, is secretly backing this operation to make sure Sheila never causes more trouble. And then there's Omar Rashid, the Prince of Morocco. He's got a thing for Taylor and would do anything to prove his love. So, he might have sent his henchmen to LA to snatch Sheila and lock her up in his palace dungeon. All he wants in return? Taylor back by his side. So, Taylor agrees, which would explain her absence during all that drama with Thomas and Hope and Steffi. Or it could be Sheila's old friend, Mike Guthrie, is behind it all. Mike's convinced that as long as everyone thinks Sheila is 6 feet under, no one will bother looking for her. He sees this as his golden opportunity to have the love of his life all to himself. But Deacon, spotting 2 feet with a full set of toes, is dead set on finding the woman who calls him daddy. Sheila had slipped away a few times before this whole ordeal, always claiming she was visiting an old friend. Turns out, that friend might just be Mike. Now, how did they pull it off using a Sheila Carter lookalike as a decoy? That's probably a wild and twisted story that B&B would have to explain. Sheila's death still remains a mystery, so what do you think happened? Which of these theories looks real? Let us know in the comments below.
Thank you for checking this video out. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for new videos every day. Turn that bell notification on if you want to hear from us, and comment down below if you've subscribed, and we'll make sure to reply and thank as many of you as we possibly can.